2022 has been a pretty exciting year for film photography. In this video, I'll be giving you some snippets of my year in my 2022 Wrapped. This year I shot around 62 rolls of film, mostly 35mm, but there were a few rolls of medium format in there. That's actually down from 80 or 90 the previous year, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, I have been sick 3 times this year where I haven't been sick in previous years, and that kind of knocked me about a little and stopped me getting out there and taking photos. But also color negative film. Color negative film has been as rare as rocking horse poop. It's been so hard to try and get your hands on stocks of Kodak Gold or Ultramax and other films, and even when you can, the prices have shot up quite considerably. So because of that, I am rationing my use of film a little bit more, being a little bit more careful. My favorite film of the year is undoubtedly CineStill 400D. There's several videos on this channel where I've shot that film, both at box speed and also pushing it 2 stops. I absolutely love it. I've got about 6 or 7 rolls left, and I'm really looking forward to shooting the rest. My favorite camera of the year is without a doubt the Contax T3. It is a beautiful camera, both in terms of looking at the thing, the design of it, but also the images it produces are outstanding. So look for a review of the Contax T3 coming to this channel in 2023. Now, in terms of my favorite camera of the year, I do have to give 2 honorable mentions. The first is my Fujifilm Natura Black f1.9. I love this camera. It is absolutely fantastic. I find that not many people actually shoot with it, maybe because it's a Japan only release and it's not very widely sort of circulated in other countries, but it is an absolute cracker of a camera. So look out for a review of that coming very soon. And the other honorable mention is the Ricoh R1. Wow, that's been a revelation to me this year. Never used one before, and I absolutely love the images it produces and also the form factor. That leads me on nicely to the camera that broke my heart this year, and that was the Ricoh R1. I picked it up for around $60 US at the Brisbane Camera Fair. Only lasted 2 rolls. Loved the second roll of film I shot with it. It looked fantastic. The colors, the contrast, everything looked brilliant. It's a really fun camera to use, and I was so excited to get this camera and get it for a bargain of just $60 US. Unfortunately then it broke, it gave up the ghost, and I was heartbroken. You can actually hear all about that and see all of the example images in this Ricoh R1, my 2-roll review video on this channel. But however, there is a kind of a happy ending. I actually bought a Ricoh R1S from Japan about 6 weeks ago, and I've just finished my first test roll in that. So look out, I might be doing another Ricoh R1S video on this channel very soon. Now, speaking of Ricoh, the news has broke. Ricoh Pentax are bringing out, or they're looking to bring out, new film cameras in the future. How exciting is this? We've got the Christmas tree up over here. This is a fantastic Christmas present to film photographers everywhere. If they actually manage to do this, it'll be extremely exciting, and hopefully it will spur on other manufacturers to do the same. I actually had a bit of a prediction for another video that a camera company would do this, but I didn't actually think it would be Ricoh, but Pentax. I actually thought Fujifilm might do the same thing. And that's still going to be a prediction of mine. Fujifilm will get back in the film camera game. That is my prediction. You heard it here first on Matt Loves Cameras. My bargain of the year was my Yashica T3D. I got this at the same time as my first Ricoh R1. This cost around $90 US, which was a bit of a steal. It's a great camera, great condition, and I'm really looking forward to shooting this more. I've only shot a couple of test rolls, so I'll be getting out there in 2023 and really shooting this camera a lot more. The most expensive camera I bought this year, I actually just looked back through my records and I haven't actually bought that many expensive cameras. So in terms of film photography, the 2 that I bought were the Minolta TC1. I got that for around $650 US, and around the same price I also bought the Contax TVS2. Out of those 2 cameras, the Contax TVS2 is a beautiful camera made in titanium. It really is a very nice camera. However, I don't know, I'm not sure. I just don't feel as enthused about it as other cameras. I'm not sure why that is. I'm gonna try and pick it up again over the coming summer months, get out there and shoot a lot more with it and see if it's me or is it the camera. It's probably me. The other camera is the Minolta TC1. I've really enjoyed using this. It's a premium point and shoot from Minolta. Yeah, it has a really beautiful little form factor, very similar to the Contax T3. And again, look out for a review of the TC1 coming to this channel very soon. My worst fail for the year was the roll of color infrared film. I got off eBay, the original Kodak box film. It's around 20 odd years old. I got it off eBay for around $30 US a roll. I shot it recently in my Olympus Pen FT. I was thinking I want double the amount of frames. I don't mind that they're half frame. I want 72 shots at least to try and get it right. Sent it off to my lab, and then I got a message from Pete at Ikigai. And you know when the lab message you, it's either really good or really bad. And Pete said, I'm really sorry, but the film is just completely fogged. And when I actually looked at the exposures actually look pretty good. You can see things, you can see clotheslines, you can see ice cream trucks, you can see buildings. And so the exposures look good. That isn't the issue. The issue is that the film was just so fogged after probably sitting in someone's shed for 20 years, or out in hot conditions here in Australia. Unfortunately, it was no good, and that's the issue with buying expired film in Australia. Because of the heat and the humidity, you never really know what you're going to get. The most fun I've had this year was on Analog Hour. Analog Hour is, of course, the world's favorite film photography chat show hosted by Matt Murray and Lucy Lumen. Of course, you can go find that on Lucy's Analog Adventures YouTube channel. So thank you so much to Lucy for all the laughs and all the fun. And definitely subscribe to Lucy's channel if you haven't already, because we'll be bringing you more episodes of Analog Hour next year. Now, if you're a little bit put off because Analog Hour is a little bit long, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it goes for an hour and a half, don't worry, head across to Matt Loves Cameras podcast feed, because you can find the audio of the Analog Hour there in a convenient format when you're mowing the lawn or driving or doing exercise or whatever it is you do when you listen to podcasts. The cutest camera I bought this year, without a doubt, is Pingo. Pingo camera. Yes, this is a beautiful knockoff. Of course, there is a TV show called Pingu. On the front of this camera, it says Pingo. So it's not even an official Pingu camera, it's a ripoff. But look at this, how cool is that? That is fantastic. You've got the beautiful penguin there with his head, and he's got some kind of cap on his head, and he's lying down, and yeah, this is fantastic. I love this camera. I've just realized I actually put a roll of Kodak Gold 200 in here. I have no idea how many exposures I've shot, but I will definitely be bringing you some news and some reviews and photos from this amazing plastic toy camera in 2023. My favorite DigiCam of the year. Yes, I have started doing DigiCam reviews. Film is getting more expensive, but I'm not exclusively a film photographer. I love digital as well. I just happen to mostly talk on my podcast and my YouTube channel about film, but not anymore. I've already done a review of this Casio Xilium EX S1 on this channel, and I'll be bringing you more video reviews very soon of other digicams I have. In particular, I really love digicams from that early sort of millennial period, around 2000 to 2002, when there were some really cool designs and really cool technology. So definitely make sure you subscribe if you want to see lots more Matt Loves Cameras or Matt Loves Digicams. The best photography event of the year for me was the Brisbane Camera Fair. That happened in July. It was a lot of fun. I got a couple of bargains, and it was really nice just to walk around and have a look at everything people were selling. Unfortunately, I didn't have too many chats to people. COVID was running rampant at the time, and I was wearing a mask and trying to be a bit incognito. But hopefully at the next one, next June, I'll be able to meet up with some people, have a lot of fun, and buy some more bargains. Now, the Brisbane Camera Fair kind of won by default because it was the only camera event I went to this year. So yeah, it's pretty sad that I only went to one camera event, hoping to get out there more next year and get to some other events and meet some more people. I've sold around 25 cameras this year. I haven't kept exact records, but I've sold around 25, mostly point and shoots. I see this as a very slow but necessary part of what I'm doing. I'm trying to get down to my ultimate kind of kit, my ultimate digital kit and my ultimate film kit. So this is kind of, laying the path to get there. Unfortunately, it's a little bit slower than I would like, but yeah, it's bringing me in some money, and I'm really trying to concentrate on the camera kit that I want for the future and not just buy loads and loads and loads more camera gear. The biggest surprise of this year was the Bronica SQA. I've had this camera for about 5 years. I was kind of scared of it. It was in the corner here at home, and I was just too scared to open it up or touch it. I watched a really good YouTube video. It gave me a really good overview of the camera, and I learned how to use it. There's only one issue. I didn't know which way the multi-exposure lever went, and I actually took the first 4 frames over the top of each other, which turned out to look really, really cool. That was shot on Kodak Ektar, and the rest of the frames on that roll looked fantastic as well. I got a contact sheet done. So yeah, I'm really excited to shoot with that camera next year. My favorite subject of the year. Now, if we exclude my beautiful family, including my beautiful dog, Marshall Dalmatian, I think the subject that I photographed the most this year was Graham's Auto Repair Tire Yard. This is an old abandoned tire shop right near my parents' place. So I've been past this place so many times and I've taken so many test sort of images at this place. And it's kind of become a habit now. If I'm going past with a new camera, I take a photo of this place. I kind of have an idea, you know, one day will I bring out a zine or something of images with this place. I'm not sure they're sort of different enough to be interesting to anyone else other than me, but there you go. That is my 2022 muse. That's it for my 2022 Wrapped. Let me know about all of your highlights, all the things you've looked forward to, your greatest achievements, your biggest fails. I want to hear it all in the comments. So make sure you give this a thumbs up, tap that subscribe button and leave a comment below.